Alrighty. I guess we're here now. I hope everyone's doing alright. Let's make sure the music's not too loud. It looks like it's only reaching halfway. That's good. I would call that about good. Good. Alright. Let's try and get this glove on without tearing it. So we did the 2 orc walkers yesterday. So let's go back and touch up the truck, because I bet I can probably do more stuff with that now. And I can probably give it just a little more detail to it. So this is the truck that I'm talking about. So it's not bad. I was really happy with it before, but I think now that I've got just a couple extra tools in my arsenal, I can probably do even better. Oh, hi! You see to it that everyone can hear you and know that you're here? Hi! Hi, Zelda! Hey, Earhawks! There you are! And Lynn! Hello, hello! I guess we are! Yeah, no, Zelda wants to make sure you all know that she's here. Alright. So, looking at this, I think the first thing I want to do is I want to add a bunch of grime to just like the under bits there. And I definitely want to add some engine grime here, maybe some soot. And we've got this here, so we could probably soot that up a bit. Give it some grime. I'll probably have to redo blood on the parts, blood and dust on the parts that I end up touching up. That's okay. I don't mind that. And oh, got the weapons that still need to be painted. So that's all right. I could probably also like put some mud slaps. Not the mud flaps themselves, but like splats of mud. Whew, leg's falling asleep. That's not good. I don't like it when my leg falls asleep. So what do we got here? We got motor engine grime. Got a car screaming in my headphones and one screaming at the foot of the bed. Oh, you cat. Good old autocorrect. I knew what you meant. Random question, but I need to flavor up a database for an exam. Okay. I'll do the best I can to be of assistance. Brown engine soot, brown engine, rust, oil stains. Okay, cool. So I'm probably going to use, name a very expensive brush. I would consider a Winsor and Newton sable hair brush to be an expensive brush, or those brushes that were done by what's his name? Squidmar. Basically, at the moment, like you say, there's sable hair, I associate it with expensive because I paid pennies for my brushes. Kalowski? Maybe. Kaczynski Sable is usually rather expensive. Yeah. Kolimski. I feel like you're making up names now. I'm teasing. I know you're not. I haven't fixed that yet. Shoot. Okay, let me go in Streamlabs and fix that. I am not doing a multi-stream today. Hi, Gannon. How are you, buddy? You're gonna be a quiet participant? What am I using again? Streamlabs. Continue with Twitch. Go into the timer. Yeah, no, I don't care about that. Go away. Cloudbot. Timers. We are not doing a multi-stream. Turn that off. But the rest is correct. Hey, Wombat Combat. I hear there's like a bajillion. Like, the thing is, like, I can't turn my head in YouTube or Twitch without hearing someone tell me, like, what is the brush to get, and I don't feel they make as remarkable of a difference as people say. Like, and the reason I say this is just because, like, I feel like there's a trend of if you use the right brush that you will be a good painter, and I don't think that's true. Let's see here. Sure, you know what? Let's just like use that. Let's use this and dangerously have this off of its lid. I don't like that. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to scoop. I'm going to scoop this like gray poop, and we're going to put the lid on that. My only complaint I have about these bottles is that they do not use like the dropper lid, like the rust and metal stuff. I don't know why they chose not to do it. It seems silly to me. Paper to canvas. Well, there's lots of different kinds of paper, right? There is paper specific for like water paints. There is. Now, are we talking about painting that involves a brush? Because there's lots of different things that we could be referring to as well, right? Like, are we counting airbrushing as painting? Because if we are, then an airbrush kit is like an Iowa is going to be more expensive than any Kolinsky. Oh, okay. Just ramble about art supplies. There is paper specific for water pastels. Now, if oil pastels. But I don't know if we're considering oil pastels painting or not. I'm not gonna lie, when I'm doing weather effects or if I'm doing like any kind of not just stippling, but like anything that requires dotty, like, you know, like when people use the sponges and stuff, I usually go to this, because if you look at, oh, you can't see squat. Let me fix that. Like, do you see how like absolutely frayed this is? Like this brush is practically blooming like a flower. And I use this for everything that involves like a small texture. Like I use this not just like for this, but I also use it for like getting leather to look like leather. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to mix in. Well, if we're talking about like supplies for palette, like let's talk about palettes. I think that you need to have both a wet palette and a dry palette. I think that it is important to use both, and I might have to get that phone call. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Correction, I do not need to get that phone call. The reason why I say people need both is there are certain paints that do not behave well. What is going on here? There we go. That do not appreciate being put on a wet palette. So you hear people talk about how metallics don't like wet palettes. Now, people will tell you because it'll ruin your sponge. I have yet to see that happen. No, the issue that I have experienced with wet palettes and metallics is that they separate the paint from the metallic pigment, which is like, what's happening? It's very unexpected, to say the least. Trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. No. It's I think it's FedEx. Got a delivery for some stuff, but before the stream I asked Grimling if she could watch the phone. Just the base of the, what do you call it? The phone base was like really loud, and I thought maybe the phone was still on there. I was wrong. I was incorrect. Grime. We grime. Grime. I should really do the griming after the rust. I am a dum-dum sometimes. Right, Gannon? I'm a dum-dum. I hate that myth. It's so silly. Like I will agree, yeah, it's probably not a great idea to put your metallics on your sponge, or not on your sponge, on your wet palette, but it has nothing to do with ruining the sponge. It's because, like, after, like, 10 minutes, my metallic paint turns into this unusable puddle. And I'm like, why does this happen? Now, in fairness, I also overhydrate my sponge, and that's probably has a lot to do with it. But none of my paints do that, except for Army Painter. Army Painter does the same thing with my wet sponge, or my wet palette. And so I'm just like, fine, like you do you. It doesn't, though. It doesn't contaminate it, Ellen, because the metallic pigments are too large to penetrate the paper. So yeah, I hear that a lot. That people say that the metallic pigment will go into the water or into the sponge, and then it'll go into your other paints. But the metallic flakes, the mica flakes, are far too large to penetrate through the paper. If you were painting directly on the sponge, yeah, I would say that that's probably not a good idea. But yeah, no, the only time I have encountered contamination due to my metallic paints is in my my water bucket. But hey there, Peachy, how are you? My bucket, though, fun fact, is specially designed to trap those pigments. So they float on the top of the water for a little bit, but then they settle. But like my water bucket here, actually, I can show you. I really like my water bucket. So just make sure I do this right. So here we go. So you can see there's all these ridges, and this ends up trapping all of the mica flakes when they settle in the water. And so I scrape my brushes across this, obviously with water, and then I get a clean brush. Yeah. I use paint retarder with a dry palette, and that usually makes most of my problems go away. I will say I still am not a fan of that term, but I know that it's just it means slow, like it's a paint slower. And I know there's not really much that can be done about that because it's yeah. I'm doing all right. How are you? I haven't been streaming regularly for quite a while. I've kind of been like bad at the whole streaming thing. But I did launch the Threadless store, and it has your lovely little designs. Someone has bought your sticker of Zelda. Craft paint level up. What would it be? I think you can like get most just craft paints at the dollar. I have yet to. The only if I was to say craft paints and you want to get a better one, Plaid has decent but affordable craft paint. It's a good quality. And there was another one that I saw Ninjon do an episode where he painted with craft paints, and he was actually able to do it. Because yeah, it with the hot weather, I just do not do well. I'm kind of a baby. It's like, oh, it's like hotter than 25 degrees? No thanks. I'll stop existing now. But yeah, here, Peachy. As you are one of the artists of these lovely products, I have to show you this. It is mellowminis.threadless.com. Specifically, my favorite thing is because threadless lets you take the same designs and apply them to other things. My favorite thing is that there is a throw pillow. Now, I have not bought this yet, but I intend to. And then, like, for accessories, it lets me do it as sticker, magnets, or buttons. So there are products of my cats. I have purchased the magnet and sticker and buttons. There we go. But yeah. Okay. My gosh, I can do so much better with Rust now that I'm looking at this and I'm not satisfied. Yeah, the pillow's really cute. So I have a huge thank you to you for doing those designs. They turned out so well. But besides that, for anyone who's not aware, I also did another project. And for people who like role-playing games and death metal, I have this, which is Black Crown Threads. So, a little backstory on it. Black Crown Games was my... well, not was, is my game design company. And I was working on role-playing games, just like tabletop games. There's a huge, long history behind Black Crown Games, so we don't need to go into it. Because it's not terribly relevant, but something I've always wanted was I wanted role-playing game shirts, but death metal. And yeah, Joe Manganiello's, Death Saves is cool, but it's ludicrously expensive. And Gremling actually tried to order me some from there, and they got lost in the shipping. And the shipping prices were already exorbitant, so I decided to go out and commission artists to make some cool stuff, and yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. So I'm really stoked. Me and some buddies did a group order. We're really looking forward to that. And as always, the rule applies. Nothing is asked for or expected. I'm not expecting a wave of orders. I just wanted to share. Maybe someone's into that kind of thing. I know I like it, so I'm sure someone else also likes it. Yeah, it's fun, right? I love. I have gotten orders already. It's kind of, it's exciting. At work, at my day job, we have kind of a laptop sticker. Have you seen my black metal design? No. Earhawks, no, I have not. Gimme. I want to see. Here, let me... oh, God. There we go. What's the thing I'm needing to do? Regulars... add... make sure that you're in the regulars list. Yeah, cool, you're already there. Yeah. Send away, you got me in suspense. Fun fact about this little happy place on the internet. I am to my core a metalhead, which I feel like some people might not know, because it feels like it is antithesis of the mellow. But yeah. You know, you can be both. Alright, good. So we got the extra red pigmenty. So what I do is I take the wash and I add some pigment powder to it. And it makes us really dark red. And it's not really a wash anymore, it's kind of more like a paste. But one of the things I like to do, I was playing around with techniques yesterday, and I kind of like going in with, like, you know, kind of poopy brush. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, and we're going to take a dry brush, just kind of scratch at it. Take these. I'm just going to scratch at them. And it kind of makes the rust a little more organic looking. And we're just going to keep layering on. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. I dig that. I dig it. If you buy this on a shirt and it's not black, you're a chump. Yeah, no, that shirt like that has to be on a black shirt. You're a chump. And then kind of go in here. Just again, just gonna mix it up a little bit, because when we go on with the extra layers, it's going to blend in better. Cool. So now we have a truck that's very red and blue, and that's okay. Yeah, I saw the cross brushes. I like that. Alright, now there's a lot of waste here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of go into this here where it's a little bit brighter. Why do I always want to shake the pigments? I've got like this like habit of like, you must shake. So we take our Cheeto dust and we're going to mix it in. Gotta mix in that Cheeto dust. Cool. Gonna take our light rust this time. Yeah, it's gonna give us something like this. This one's a little more washy, so that's good. And we're going to go in where all of the areas that really, you know, red are. No, how do I do this again? Like that and that. Okay. And so we're just going to go into some of these. We're going to go like that. And just kind of mix it up. Just want it to look kind of natural. And we're doing more dabbing motions than we are like brush strokes. And so I've taken a lot of photos of rusty things, and Earhawks was actually kind of the first to point this out, and I kind of like I was like, what? No way. And I had to go and take a look. Rust in its coloration is not very random. It's actually the areas that get the most oxidization turn the reddest, and the newer stuff ends up being very orange. This was something that I hadn't really noticed on my own before. So I actually have Earhawks to thank for me noticing it, like, truly. And one of the things we want to do is, it's okay to, like, you want to blend it with some of the layers there. You don't want, like, hard lines. So we want this to look very natural. Is it faster? I mean, it's just these washes and pigment powders, bud. Like, what I like about the washes is that they end up pooling where rust would build up, right? Because, like, it's where water is going to pool that you're going to see the most rust. So I really like it. It makes me really happy, and then like with the capillary reaction, like I don't really have to worry about a lot. And if something like ends up building up where I don't want it, I can just really just quickly wipe it off. Yeah, when I found out like there were washes for rust, like I hopped right on it. I was like, yes, show me the way, you magical paint company. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't pick up the oranger stuff earlier on, because like all my rust is very red, which isn't necessarily super bad, but it makes things look a little duller than I like. So I'm just grateful of like having found the products and the sale. Oh my god, there's a huge sale, and it was like 25% off everything in the store. Spent like $200 something. A dot stipple, almost all mine. Yeah. Yeah, I love this because okay, so one of my favorite thing about painting rust, specifically this way, is the more chaotic I am. Like it's calculated chaos, don't get me wrong, but like the more chaotic I am, the more natural it looks. Like I can't, I need to not focus on everything. I can't just wash the whole thing and it'd be like, yeah, this is good. But I can do things like this, and like if I want to break it up, like I don't know, I find it really forgiving. And it's like, yeah, I don't like that part, you know, or it'll build out from there. Like I don't know, I love this stuff. I find it's very peaceful. So like, I don't know if you saw this piece yesterday, Earhawks. So like, this is something I've been working on in my own time, and like I've been so happy working on this. Like I just get to do all of the chaos like of painting, and I find like the more chaotic my painting is, the more relaxing it is. And also, actually, so for people who get like nervous about having a shaky hand, because like I'm drinking coffee right now and you can see like my hands vibrating just ever so slightly. If I'm doing stuff like this, it doesn't matter how much handshake that I've got, because like I'm already doing like a tap motion. Yeah. Okay. Cool. The demon. Thanks. I presume you're talking about El Tronco. Ooh, maybe he had a really bad case of gout, and that's why he doesn't have his legs anymore. I like that. Now, I will say that model is out of production, and it's a bit close to impossible to get, unfortunately. Unless you're willing to like spend $200 or $300 on eBay, which is kind of silly. But yeah, it's a fun model. It's one I always wanted, so I enjoy it. I remember like way back when I first started getting into miniature painting that I saw, like it was one of the first Forge World models that I had seen, and I was very excited about it. But like there are just as many cool models that are in production, like from Creature Caster. So, I mean, it's not for people who want a model like that and They want something that's in production. I would probably just point people to Ninjacaster. Besides, they're more likely to get a better quality print. I hear nothing but negative things about Forge World and quality control. Okay, so I'm really liking how this is coming along now because it feels like it has more depth to it and it kind of pops a little bit. But we're still not anywhere near done. Splotty splot. Gonna find that's probably for people who've like had to work on an engine before, your worst nightmare. The bolts are rusted. Not fun. As a kid, my grandpa used to work on, he would buy used vehicles and then he would fix them up and resell them. He would buy junker vehicles, or like for like $100 or $200, and he would fix them up and sell them, or he would fix them up and drive them. I have not heard that rumor. I would be very interested if Forge World went plastic. It's not like they don't have the financial backing or the like following to not be able to. Like, it would be very easy for them to do it. It's not like they don't already have all of the facilities necessary. Now, my question is, after they go plastic, what are they going to do with their prices? Are they going to stay the same? Or are they going to go up? Or are they going to go down? Because if they go plastic, their production speed will go up, will increase significantly, right? But also the base price to be able to migrate to plastic is expensive. It's not cheap. But, you know, you don't need people to individually cast models over and over and over again, which is like a huge plus. Hey, Mellow Miniatures! Rating with a party is 7. Could somebody give the other Mellow a shout out for me? Or you could do it himself. Don't matter which. How you doing, buddy? Give me a sec. My hands are about to be free in just a moment. And I can give you a proper shout out. It's because they folded into the GW main website, and suddenly almost every product in the FW catalog went to out of stock status. People are making inferences that that's why. Fascinating. There was something that I was wanting to get. It was an old Reaper product that I had years and years to get, and I never did. That's what it was. Should I make that skull white? I feel like all orc skulls must be painted white and then made filthy. I don't know. But what I do know... Hey, no worries. Well, I appreciate that. Hello, new friends. I hope you guys are all doing... Well, guys, gals, and non-binary pals are all doing just lovely. For those who maybe weren't already given an introduction, I am Mellow Minis. I am also known as Canadian Mellow. And yeah, I'm happy to have you here. Right now I am doing a fundraiser for One Tree Planted. You can see our current donations versus our goal. Now, I'm hoping that we through the entirety of how long I am doing this, that we can reach this goal. This is not a end of the month goal or anything like that. I am indefinitely doing this charity, this fundraiser, because I believe we need more trees. I believe we need trees for consumption of carbon dioxide and making our planet stay sustainable. I think we need trees for furniture. I think we need trees for animals. I think we need trees for parks. There's a bajillion things that we need trees for. My biggest concern is oxygen and the consumption of carbon dioxide. But if you don't believe in that, I can find reasons that you would want trees too. What are you building? Truck or battle wagon? This is a truck. It's a truck. This is a Cromlech head smasher, and I'm just rusting the ever-living heck out of it. I have magnetized either a rocket launcher or a machine gun to it, so you can go like that, and we got ourselves... Oh, why is it going at an angle? It's like a little... Yeah, I guess a little top heavy. Alright, so we got the missile launcher, or the turret. And I actually had the orcs nearby somewhere within arm's reach for this. I haven't painted those lads up yet. I'm going to paint them, and then I'm going to insert them in here, because I just want them to look nice. But yeah, we're just weathering the ever-living heck out of this. Now, a lot of this Cheeto dust looks too orange. Oh no, Chris, we've ruined it. Well, don't worry, we haven't ruined it. We haven't ruined nothing. So what we do is we can take a little bit of this, and we just go in and we just go blop 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 blop, and we just tap it, and we just make it a little redder. And this also helps make things... Obviously, we want to intentionally miss some of them because we don't want to get rid of the orange. We don't want to get rid of it. We just want it to be a little less intense. So we just go blop 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 blop. The wheels, we don't need to worry about that because I'm going to cover it in dirt and all this other dirt stuff. But yeah, if you're ever worried that your rust is too orange and you're using like the rust washes, you just go blop 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 blop. Yeah, like you're like intentionally just shaking your hand a bunch. And you go bop 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 bop. And there, it's suddenly significantly less orange. Bop 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 bop. And obviously, when it comes to this closer to the paint job, we want to do that, and you feel free to wipe it off with your finger. You can do that too. So that is looking like that. I'm such a breather? What do you mean a breather? Was I breathing loudly? Or what are you talking about? My pop 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 pop. So, oh, I know why that happened. It's because I was using the rust instead of the old rust. Heck, that's why that looked so strong. Whoopsies. Alright, so we're gonna go and we're gonna take the old rust. I'm gonna have to redo a bunch of this. Ha 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 ha. Oh well. Shake that up. God, I think it's like only supposed to be like 16 degrees, but I'm sweating in here. It's probably because of how humid it is. Alright, so I mucked up. I was supposed to be using like this. So dab off the extra. I'm just gonna go in here. That's why it looked so intense, is because the transition was too rapid. So we're just going to go in here. This explains so much. No, your trees and your oxygen. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. I understand now. You were being funny. Why can't you just breathe in the pollution like the rest of us? There we go. Things are looking a lot better in the transition now that I have brought out the correct rust. Yeah, read the labels of your paint bottles. That's the moral of the story here. Read your labels. Because the brighter stuff is really bright. And if you go and you apply it like I did in the wrong order, it doesn't look amazing. But this is looking better. The variation in the oranges will come out nicely. Yeah, exactly. The variations are really what sells it. Always more fun to paint with others. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Nahir, are you painting? I love it when people are painting while attending the stream. What are you painting? So given that these definitely have probably been running and rolling through like mud, water, like, because this is a half tract, right? So I can't imagine they went and changed these treads up recently. So these are going to be like, there's going to be very little metal showing through it. Oh, almost missed that area. And so for the last rust, I don't mix it with a wash. I'm just going to go in here and just go ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Just like all over the freaking place. 'Cause that's how we do. And again, if it looks too intense anywhere, or like it's blurry, or like it's like too sharp of an edge, if you just go over top of it with a wash, it pretty much fixes it. The new rust, I do not mix this with a wash. I apply this directly. The reason being, I like the texture. And so, where's my other friend? Here we go. So I do it like this. It's not an orc. That's for sure. It's never an orc. Biggest commissions yet. 30 fire warriors and 14 gun drones. And the cadre fireblade. That sounds exciting. So this is how I do this. So I just get the pigment powder on here, and then I tap it on. And I blow some of it off. And the only places that I apply this are where the brightest oranges typically are. It can be tedious to work with, but I do find it really adds like that final depth and texture that you really want to have. And I use a stippling brush when I do it. So, and in areas like this, like here, I will like apply and brush and apply and brush and try to get it to look like it's you know, blended almost. I don't know why it's making that line. There must be a crack right there in the resin, which is fine. I could just take light rust wash and apply that there, but like, so this is one of the things I really like. All right, have fun on your lurk. Is after doing all of those, look how that turned out. Like, that pipe looks freaking awesome. I don't mean to make it sound like I'm tooting my own horn. Oh, so here we can see a flaw. I didn't do the other side, so it only looks good from this angle. So I'm gonna have to fix that. That's easy enough. But like from here, this looks really authentic. And it's just like it. The most work in this method of like doing rust is going through and mixing the pigments with the washes and trying to get them right. Whoa. Metallic Master. I specialize in metallics. Like in NMM, or like non-metallic metals, or do you do true metallic metals? Or do you go with both? So much Cheeto dust. Can't imagine I want to breathe in this pigment powder. Yeah. Thanks, Airhawks. Oh! Oh, it's the meow time. You telling me it's food? You telling me you need food? Meow. You were fine earlier. I think I'm playing just a little too much of the new Rust. That's the one that I'm still trying to get, like, how to apply it the right amount. It's almost like a highlight. Gannon, you're fine. Oh my gosh. You make it sound like I starve you. And then depending on who's on chat, they're going to take your side. The Meowmers. Oh yeah. What was the second one you said? My synthwave dropped beat as soon as you said it? I was asking if you do true metallic metals or non-metallic metals. So, some things I'm going to want to do here is I'm probably going to want to go over with the pure rust wash. I'm going to want to clean up some of the things on top. Realistically, these should be some of the rustiest bits, and so they should be the reddest and not the orangest, and that's really throwing me for a loop. And I can see I missed this area here, so I'm gonna do, oh my gosh, I'm like, no wonder I'm messing up. What? Ah. I have not been fed in a coon's age. Look at me wasting away, you foul human. Why would coon be considered offensive? Are young people using that as another word for that cat? Sometimes various words of cat get used for. Is that why? Gosh, I don't understand. I like that though, in a coon's age. Feels realistically like a cat language term. Alright, so we got that, and then, oh my gosh, this is... there we go. And then this I want to soak up. Let's grab that. You're okay. Don't give me that sass. No, you're fine. You were the finest cat. You were okay. And then, let's see here. If I can do this, this could be really cool. If I maybe brush this pigment powder across, maybe like that. Oh, that's cool. There we go. That gives it more depth. I was thinking Maine Coon. Whoa, seriously? Oof. That is new to me. I did not know that. We don't say things like that in Canada. I'm not going to say that there's not racist bigots in Canada. There absolutely is. But oh my gosh. God, people suck. Gannon, are you someone who sucks? See, those are just not things I would think of. Gannon! Yeah. Alright. So I've done all that. Well, I learned things. Things I maybe didn't necessarily want to learn, but I learned things. Gosh. Gosh, people suck. Alright, we're gonna go with some European splash mud. Now, I wonder if I can get this to work this time. So, if I take... Where is ye shoddy brush? You're a shoddy brush. You look like a dump brush. Or I suppose I could use this as a dump brush. I feel like you might do a better job. Alright. So, when I was looking... Michigan saying, I have so many... Yeah, no. Like, when you say coon, I think of, like, raccoons. Raccoons or Maine Coons. See, when you said in a coon's age, in this situation, I thought Maine Coons, because cat, right? Okay. Are you an effective method? See, that's just like me splotting paint down. You do it like this, and I go, bap, bap, bap. Some of it's coming off. Is this an effective method? Don't know. Huh. I feel like I'm better off just brushing it on and dabbing. Don't like that. No. Okay, so we're going to grab this here. Yeah. I like it. Not the racism bit, but I like the idea that Cat would say in the coon's age, and when the cat says a coon, they're thinking of Maine Coons. Because, you know, dad jokes. So I got these, and this is like, these are splash mud effects, and so yeah, so the toothpick method is like how I saw them do stuff like that, and I liked it. I can't seem to figure out how to do it properly yet, so I'm just gonna go with what I know, which is just stab my brush at it and just do little sharp jabs. Zelda, are you okay? Ah, that's right. That's a metal shoot. Okay. Don't brush it. I have to do the thing. Ugh. More things that I miss. That's fine. They're underneath. No one's going to notice. Well, like, these are, like... I can show you the video. Like, it didn't look like they thinned it out. Oh, but you know what? They weren't using it with the mud. Using it with the engine effects, which are all, like, washes. Maybe this would require the toothbrush method. Like, the toothbrush method, where you take, like, a firm toothbrush, like this, and you go back. Yeah, exactly. You need, like, those, listen to that. This is a you go online, you'll find them. Yeah, you'll never find them in Canada under like shopper stores, because like these are actually super bad for your teeth. No one should use those for teeth. The like brushes this hard, so and go bah, bah, and you go yeah, and it just that's beautiful. Yes, this is exactly what I want. Yeah. A brush this thick and this sturdy will like strip the enamel off your teeth, but they're called wisdom brushes, like for wisdom teeth, or smoker's brushes, because the idea is like they believe that this will get the yellow off of their teeth, which like maybe it will. Dipping the tip in there. Oh my gosh, Gannon. Ooh, this smells awful. And let's see here. Gannon, you're fine. You're okay. So it's got a lot of speckles. Are any of them noticeable, though? We'll find out. See how it dries. here. It's like a little tacky. I need to make you gross and metally and all those things. So we'll take this and sure, just like all the things I do that like real painters would cringe at. Like pouring paint directly under my brush because I don't want to waste any. Alright, so we got that. You're gonna be super shiny. And then I'm going to make you super not shiny very quickly. You prefer the acrylic products? Acrylic products for what? Like my paint? Or my brushes? I mean, usually, like just about brushes are this one here. I don't know. This is probably acrylic. No, this one actually doesn't say acrylic directly on it. This wash might not be acrylic. Yeah, usually I use acrylic stuff. Alright, now we're going to go here. We're going to go ba-ba-ba-ba. Do our thing where I take this. And I take this. Dip the red pigment into the red wash. Mud, dirt, and dust. Yeah, they're all acrylic so far. Acrylic washes and paints. I just got these, so like I'm kind of like experimenting with these. This is maybe like the third or fourth time I'm using the muds. Usually, what I would do is I would dry brush tan colors onto it. Like I would take like, you know, whatever color I've been using for basing, and I would dry brush that on. Which is kind of like how I got like these dust colors on these wheels, which my camera does not seem to want to share. Ah, son of a shoot. You too? Darn it. Okay, how many more of those are there? Is it just the two on the same wheel? Take this here. Let's put in some here. That's a little strong, so we're gonna just wipe it off a little bit. Make it look a little more organic by that. Ah, okay, so like the AK interactive stuff then, right? Because I know that's really popular. Like the grime effects from AK. Because then you use like mineral spirits to wipe off the excess stuff. I've yet to try it. I'm slow to try new things. Unless like I think that I already have the stuff at home to do it. Isn't that just how it is? Cannon. Okay. Yeah, I see AK is usually the one that like people like Ninjon will pull out. I do want to give oil washes a shot sometime, but like that's like a whole thing to set up, and man, in the end of the day, I'm a really lazy painter. So like if I have to go and like buy a bunch of new stuff, and then I have to go and like get dedicated things for it, and then I have to do, you know, buy these other new products I don't know how to use, I'm usually like, is it worth it? Like, just, I am so lazy. So this is looking too shiny and liquidy for me, and it's probably because I'm not giving enough time to dry. But I'm kind of being like impatient, you know, those negative things that I just listed off about myself. So we're just gonna take this like dry pigment. It's nice because you can speck on some first, let it dry a bit, and blend it with some spirits, and then try up and for a dust flavor. See, that sounds kind of cool. Definitely cooler than me being super impatient like this and just like whatever. Ah, shoot, I forgot to do this stuff. Ah, man, I'll just like go on there. There. Okay. That's like appropriately rusted as heck. And then I'm going to cover it in mud. Where's that mud? Where's that European mud? Here we go. And for my European mud, I'm going to, maybe don't use like the brush that's like covered in pigment powder. Don't do that. I'm gonna blop some down here. And I'm going to cover the entire track in it. But the rest of my guys kind of look like, speckle them. I'll speckle it. I'll be like, ba 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 ba. You are being speckled. Oh my god. I can't even right now. Da 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 da. This is how lazy I am. There's a lot to do with why I am not a confident painter. Because like I know that when presented with the option of like doing something difficult, time and effort, I'm not going to take it. It's not a good trait, you could say. Say it's kind of a poopy trait to have. I want them to look nice, but I want it fast. And those are not usually things that are compatible. I'm a lazy painter too, but the funny thing is that makes the overall model painting easier and faster and outweighs the little time it takes. I'm done with the exam prep, now gonna fall asleep. Aww. I'm not gonna be on for too much longer, but when it comes time to rating, I'll be sure to try and find someone who's not terribly loud. Ooh. I look forward to checking that out. So that dries kind of like that. That's not bad. But that's very mud looking. Like, okay, so I don't know if you can see that. Let me fix that up there. So like this is how it dries. It has like a glossy look. Oh my god! What? Hi! Hello! World's sassiest cat. What's up? Feeling like continuing to be a jerk? No, you just want to rub the handle? Hey, what's up? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, give me a second. Hi. No, hold on. Gannon. Ah, no. Hi, buddy, get over here. Hi, hey, come here. Oh, no. Wait, okay, guys, give me 1 second. I got really worried that I got red pigment powder in his head, and that is not the case. So, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm just going to feed the cats because they think it's food time now. Here. Alright, I am back. Thank you for being so patient, guys. I really appreciate that. Oh. How did I miss that I got a new follower? I'm sorry about that, username unknown9. Hi, Gannon. It's okay. Hey, buddy. Cutie kitty. Cutie patooties. Cutie patooties that feel like it is their birthright to sleep in the bed. Yeah. I know that is what you think. So, because Gremlin has a kitty allergy, we try to minimize how often they spend in the bed. Just because, trying to be considerate. Luckily, Gannon somehow appears to be rather hypoallergenic, which is like super duper awesome. So he gets a little bit more bedtime than Zelda, who is absolutely not hypoallergenic. Because Gremling is good so long as she doesn't nosedive into Ganon's, because his fur. But like being anywhere close to Zelda usually starts causing like sneezing and like congestion, which is unfortunate. But nonetheless, we try to barricade them because we don't want it to be unfair for Zelda. So what usually ends up happening is Ganon screams at the top of his lungs outside of the barricade until either we give in and let him in, or he headbutts the barricade into submission and gets through anyways. And whenever he does this, he's very proud of himself. Like, he's like, I am victorious. I get to stay here now. He's a bit of a jerk. Come on. Let my paint come out. Do I have to, like, shove a needle in this? Probably. I feel like that's what fate is telling me. Poor Zelda. Looks like she's freaking out about something. Have to give her lots of love after this. Noodles sleeps in my back almost every night. I wish Steve French would too, but he hardly ever sleeps on the bed. Aw. Yeah, no, Ganon, like, I enjoy having cats in the bed. These two cats grew up sleeping in my bed alongside with me, so they, like, there's a reason why they feel that this is something that they're allowed to do. Because, that's how they grew up. But, I have to try and be considerate for allergies, right? So, unfortunately, they don't always get what they want. But what we have been doing is we have a blanket that is set out just for Zelda. And so what'll happen is... Ooh, no, that is far too wet still. So Zelda gets to use that bed. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep brushing all these wheels. So like, this is usually like how I'll do like a dust effect. Because, like, when you're driving and you drive through like a really dusty area, you know, we all know what it ends up kind of looking like. Like, dry brushing, I find, is actually a pretty accurate, like, representation of dust. Yeah, just gonna keep going. Now, of course, these are all just my personal opinions. People are welcome to being like, Chris, you're dumb. And that's okay. I did all that work only to dry brush on top of it, and you know what? I like that. Like, I like what that looks like afterwards, because as long as I don't go too crazy on the dry brushing, get out of here. Get out of here. You know, you can still see it underneath all of it, and that's something that I like. Just like, this dust is going to get kicked up. Do I ever watch Night Shift YouTube channel? I don't know if I have. Tell me all about it. I feel like the name Night Shift would be great for like a paranormal YouTube channel and all the things that happen during the night shift. It's funny. As a North American, I work the night shift, but as somebody who is, say, closer to Earhawks' time zone, I'm actually working the day shift, and that's what I actually do at my job. So I do Asia Pacific hours, and I work with the Asia Pacific team. Which is why I know it is unbelievably late at night for Earhawks right now. And is probably crossing well into the morning. Alright. So I'm liking how that looks. That has the look that I'm going for. Zelda! It's okay, baby. Relax. It's a scale modeler from Poland. I've stolen so many tips and tricks from him. Environmental effects, battle effects, damage. Ooh. I'll have to go check that out. I do like watching tutorials. I think a challenge right now is maybe it's not, because like right now I'm experimenting with new things, right? Not by doing the dry brushing, but like I went and I picked up those weather effects, and what I've been doing is experimenting with them and trying to see what I can do and like how much I can expand like what I already normally do. But once I've gotten used to that, I need to go and make sure I don't get comfortable and that I try to continue learning new things. And that can be really tricky sometimes. Because getting comfortable is like the #1 enemy of like art. Can't get comfortable. It's not okay. Which like sucks, right? Because it's like it basically means nothing is ever enough in a sense. It's like, okay, cool, I've done this. Now I need to continue to expand. But wasn't it? Didn't I do a good job? Yeah, you did do a good job. Now you got to do more. Do more good jobs. It's like, oh man. Okay. This is coming off and reading a little peachy to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my khaki and I'm going to just mix it in just a little bit. And hopefully that's going to give it a little... No, that's not what I want. Oh, I just smoked myself in the head. That was not nice. Okay. What about this green ochre? If I put in a little green ochre in there. That's a nice combination of colors. I like that. Now, is it... There we go. It's a blessing and a curse, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's good, but it's also like it can be. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I find that when I am stagnating, I also get bored. So, luckily for myself, that's usually pretty self-motivating to go and try and learn new things. There we go. That's what I need. Yeah, so this is looking good. It is now 2:30. I'm just going to do a little bit more. Just going to get some here. Come on, you. Good stuff. All right. Sun is coming up over Taipei. Got to hit the sack. Yeah, I'm going to be signing off here anyways. So let's see if how many people we got left in here. We got enough for It looks like it's just you and me. All right. Well, and I see there's at least one other person in here. So I'll do a raid, and let's, go hang out with somebody else. You have a good night, Earhawks. Let's go raid Orcs Paint Shop.